Marathon Village, that's where we are. Right here at Lightning 100. Welcome back inside the studio. Jay and Lisa, and as promised, they showed up, and unfortunately, not all four could be here. We've got Connor, Trevor, and Garrett with us. We should say good morning to Jack as well, right? Feeling a little under the weather, unfortunately, this morning.
Or got abducted.
Morning,
we don't know.
Yeah.
We decided maybe you got abducted by aliens.
We're the only three that made it back. Jack caught some otherworldly disease.
Oh, no.
So he's under the weather today.
Oh, no. But plenty of time to get ready for next Friday, the 13th. The performance out at Centennial Park with Musicians Corner. Looking very forward to that. But first time for you guys to be here in the studio. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Looks like you kind of we're doing this now because you guys are you've got another gig before Musicians Corner that's a little ways away, right?
Yeah, we're going on a little journey for that one. We're going to South Dakota.
Yeah.
It's the Lake
Love
Andes
South
Fish
Dakota.
Festival.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're really excited. It's we've never been to South Dakota, so we're just
That
excited
was
to
going to
go down
be my next question. Is this in any proximity to Mount Rushmore?
No, not at all.
there.
No?
I don't know.
It is on the other side of the state.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Oh, you checked it out.
I didn't even
Otherwise,
know.
we would go.
I didn't even know that was
for
in
sure.
South Dakota.
But still, can I throw out? So there are 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
Oh,
There
yeah.
are 4 members of the band Light.
Yes.
Could be some really
that's
cool
right.
South
Yeah.
Dakota merch for you guys. I'm just
Just
throwing it out.
That's a genius idea, actually.
good
We'll get to
idea.
work on that.
If we have-
after this show, after this.
I
We'll get to
love
work on
it.
that.
Just want to remind everyone, too, you can go to volume.com/lightning100 so you can check them out. I have the Lisa cam. I'm actually holding it because one of the members is just so tall. I couldn't get
Look at
you
it.
all the
Get a
way
load of
in.
this guy. And he's in cowboy boots.
So
Just to
see
rub on
who
our
I'm
faces.
talking about. I actually have a great question for you. Were you playing the Jonas Con that happened at the water park?
Yes.
Yeah,
we were.
Wow. Okay, so I actually also work on VIP through Live Nation. And what an interesting show. How was that for you guys?
We had a great time. It was quite chaotic with so many people filling up the place.
Yeah.
But a lot of running around for us, just like getting to where we need to be, just going through those crowds. But it was such a great time.
But
Yeah.
shout out Levi Hummin for
Yes.
bringing us
We
on
love
stage
Levi.
at the water
Yeah.
park.
That's right.
We got to jump
Uncle
around with
Levi.
him. But yeah, it was a good time.
That is so cool. For those who don't know what Jonas Con is, it is part of the Jonas Brothers, and they put on this. It was like 2 days, I think, 2-3 days at a water park, and it was free to attend. But they did have some VIP things. But it was at a water park, and then all these great musicians got to play and open for Jonas Brothers at different stages. It was a lot of work, I'm going to say, on my end, but
Yeah, I'm sure.
I can't imagine being in it logistically. How much of a
That's what we were talking
a
about.
chaotic
We were like-
scenario.
I was like, I'm
Work
so
that
glad
is.
I'm not in charge of anything at
Yeah.
this place because I'd be losing my mind.
Yeah, you got to enjoy
awesome.
all the
Yeah.
enjoyment of it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
looked amazing.
It was
Very,
really good.
very
It was a good
cool
time.
event to be part of.
shout out Jonas Brothers,
Yes.
killing the game. Right
And
now.
Levi Hummin. Good.
And Levi
good-
Hummin.
Levi Hummin.
good
And you
shout out.
you guys worked with one of the Jonas Brothers producers, right?
Yeah,
That's
John
right, John
Fields.
Fields.
John Fields,
He produced the next 4 songs, our first 4 songs that we're releasing under Red Van Records. So yeah, John's awesome. We love him, and yeah.
Right on. Well,
Yeah.
you guys are going to play a couple of songs for us. Which song would you like to play first? You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, we're gonna play a song called "All I Need." This is the first song we put out under Red Van Records, and this is a song I wrote when I was in high school in theater, about to graduate. It just, I feel like, encapsulates a lot of how I felt at the time.
Aw.
So this is all I need.
All right, let's do it. We've got the band Light live here in the Lightning 100 studio.
Together from the start, we were together from the start, and you're tethered to a part of my soul. And now I'm sleeping and you're messing with my head, and I'm staying in my bed till I'm old. True blue, so close to human too. But should I wanna stay with you? You're all I need. You make the stars scream with your beauty and fades quickly. But I'll be back 'cause I got to bleed 'cause you're all I need. Will you go with me? From the start, if we could never fall apart, but I didn't have the choice to let go. Oh, all that you got me feeling now is a second of pride for an hour of doubt. Gave a million masks, but none can fit me now. Oh, true. Close to human too, but should I wanna stay with you? You're all I need. You make the stars scream with your beauty and fades quickly, but I'll be back 'cause I got to bleed 'cause you're all I need. Will you go with me? Hey! Here I sit next part goes like this. You can sing it with us if you want. La, da, 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 da. Oh, oh, hey, 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 la, da, 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 la, da, 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 da. Oh, you're out there.
Lightning 100 studio. Who said there were no more boy bands? I saw that on your Instagram. I stole it. But we've got a boy band right here in our studio. I mean, you guys are, boy band, there's opera boy bands, but you guys aren't more than a boy band. You're a band. You're a band called Light, and we love that.
If the Beatles are a boy band, we can be a boy band too.
That's right.
That's how we see it.
Well said, Connor. Yes, I like that a lot. Band Light joining us here in studio. We get a chance to see him next Friday, the 13th, out at Centennial Park. They're part of another great lineup for Musicians Corner, musicianscorner.com to get that full lineup and schedule. As we mentioned, heading out to South Dakota to play a show. They've also got a show scheduled for next month in Decatur, Illinois. Opening for Switchfoot. That's very cool. So you are any of you actually from Nashville?
Yeah, not like actual Nashville, but like we all grew up and like met in Spring Hill, which is about like an hour south. So.
Okay.
I moved here 2019, so I'm kind of a transplant.
He's a new.
Okay, and you guys met in high school, right?
Yeah, we met in theater class in high school.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that and what kind of, not just being in theater class, but what kind of brought you together? And one of you just say, hey, you know what, we should start a band, or was it just kind of all four of you?
It was honestly like really. I like to say it was a God thing. It was kind of just fate. Like I was kind of doing solo music and they were like in bands together, but none of us were really like all friends. And so we had a musical that happened. It was called Footloose. And I know you guys probably know the movie. So me and Jack actually were like the two leads in that. So like I was Ren and Jack was like the Reverend. And so that's how me and him became really good friends.
Okay.
I was ensemble.
Garrett was also in it. So
Garrett was also in it. I love it.
That
He
was
was
the-
also
I didn't
there.
have a name.
that was the COVID year. So that was 2020. So it got canceled halfway through. We never got to perform it. So what we did was we decided we were gonna, since I like made my own solo music and we knew like there were tons of talented people in the cast, we were like, let's just like go produce our own version of the soundtrack, which is probably highly illegal. But we never released
If we
it.
sold
So
it,
yeah,
was-
we never released it. So
We never.
You can always make a free download.
but yeah, so me and Jack did that, and we were like, we need a guitar player. And Jack was like, wait, what about that Garrett kid? He always wears like chains. Like, surely he knows how to play guitar.
Remember theater class? He was there.
Yeah. So he came over, and Garrett just absolutely blew our minds. And so the three of us started just like writing music together. It never really became.
Not really thinking about like
thing.
it becoming anything. Just doing it to do it.
Yeah, it was just fun. And then like a year later, like Jack had moved away to college. And so we kind of thought like, we never
This
thought
is
anything of
it.
it. We were like, the band was over. Jack randomly just like showed back up in like November. He's like, hey, I'm not going back.
So we're like, all right, let's keep doing this.
So then he like begged us for a year to have Trevor audition.
Yeah, before I really like started hanging out with them and started making music with them, Trevor was like the first guy I met at Summit High School, where we went to high school. I just asked him to sit at lunch, and thankfully he was in a drummer who was in a band. So from there, like, we were just in a bunch of like pop punk and like metal bands in our school. At one point I was like playing bass in his band, he was playing drums in mine. It was just
That's so
love
cool. I
it.
did see on the website. It's really cool.
The
way that
website
you,
is great.
yeah,
We
the
love
way
it.
that you laid it out, where there's a
He just got it done.
yeah.
Brand new.
A picture of each of you and a little bit about each of you as well. And I did see that some punk and
Y'all are
some metal
funny.
fans in there too. I love that.
secretly.
Yeah.
Now and again. Every now and again.
Yeah.
Oh come on! You know you're working on a metal record. It's just gonna be it'll be
We
a
were
while
talking
before
about it
it's
yesterday.
released, right?
I feel like for your true blue fans, during sets, you gotta put in like a Footloose song.
Oh, we actually.
Oh,
did.
we always
Okay,
do.
good.
We
I
always
was
do
like, it's gotta
This
be
is like our
it.
surprise song.
I went to a very private college that did not allow dancing, and I helped start the
Really?
first
What?
dance. And
Wow.
so the whole articles were all about Footloose, which I'd known about the movie, but I really watched it then and was like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
where we're actually reliving it.
You were literally Ariel.
You're Ren McCormick.
Yeah, I lived it. I lived Footloose. So it's really cool that you guys met through a play that you legitimately never really
Yeah.
did.
Well, me and Trevor got to perform it a year later.
Oh.
So
Yeah, we ended up
Last
doing
year.
it last year.
Somewhere else.
Oh.
Yeah, through the Keaton Theater here in Nashville. Shout out the Keaton.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
sweet. Yeah, talk about local places. We know it's all.
Yeah.
We get around. I should.
We know.
Don't clip that. Don't clip that.
The band Light joining us here in studio again. We've got 3 of the 4 members. Jack feeling a little under the weather this morning, but Jack, you're probably listening. If you're watching on volume.com, we hope that you feel better.
Yeah.
And at some point, we'll have all 4 of you back in
Oh, yeah.
studio. But glad to have Connor, Trevor, and Garrett here in studio. Again, the bandlightofficial.com is the website. You can get the full schedule for next weekend out at Musicians Corner when they will be taking the stage next Friday. So the latest release is called Dreamboat. Is that the next song that you're going to play for us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and was this one of the first ones you wrote, or was this one of the ones that you said, hey, we're going in the studio? And tell us a little bit about this
Man,
one, too.
this one was written about a year ago. It's definitely not one of the first ones we wrote for this like upcoming project, but it kind of just spawned. We hadn't written a lot of rock songs, and so like there was like a period around this time last year where we were like, we just need to start writing more rock songs, and Dreamboat was like the first one that came out. So
Sometimes
yeah.
it's just undeniable when,
title.
when you're done
Yeah.
with it. You're like, yeah, that's pretty good.
It was
right?
it was like a title that I'd written down in my notes, and so then like when the riff like happened, I was just like scrolling through and I was like, oh wait, Dreamboat, that's kind of cool. So
all right. Well, and
wrote
we're going to
it.
get a live version of it here, live on Lightning 100. Again, we are streaming at volume.com/Lightning 100. Once again, let's turn it over to the band Light on Lightning 100.
Dreamboat, she's a Hollywood dreamboat. She knows how to get me going. So call me up when we're both drunk. And fill my cup almost up. You got me strong. We choke on our words because we know that we both fell into this placebo. We use our friends as our excuse to chase a spark that we'll abuse. So call me up when we're both drunk. And fill my cup almost up. You got me strong. You got me strong. You got me. Tie my hands and chip my tooth. I'm in your head, you're on mine too. So call me up when we're both drunk. And fill my cup almost up. You got me strong. You got me strong. Oh.
Lightning 100, the band Light. We are here live in the Lightning 100 studio and cannot wait to see you with Jack next Friday at Musicians Corner. We're so excited. It is an evening show from 5 to 9 p.m. And everybody, it's a free show.
Free.
They've got great food trucks. You can bring the dogs. You can bring the family. It's always a great time. And we're really excited about it.
So we're
I
so
can't
excited.
believe
Band
it.
Light will be taking the stage next Friday. Again, that is June 13th, 6:25. Of course, things start at 5 o'clock. A Hothead Wave will be playing first. The Band Light at 6:25. Matthew Perryman Jones is actually going to join us here tomorrow
can't
morning. He'll be playing as well. Again, musicianscornernashville.com and thebandlightofficial.com to check out the cool new website that they just got finished. And we
their
know that
new
because they told
merch
us.
that they're going to be making via Jay's suggestion of
That's
Mount
Mount
Rushmore.
Rushmore with our faces on it.
It just, I think, is the real question.
I'm sorry.
I want to be Abe Lincoln.
Oh, now they're fighting for position on where
Okay, I
each
wanna be
head is
George
going to be on.
Wait, Teddy Roosevelt's on it, right?
Yes. Actually, no. I'm. No, you. You're right.
Well,
fine.
while they figure out who's going to be who.
Checks out.
Do you guys? Can you name all four presidents that are on Mount
Teddy
Rushmore?
Roosevelt, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and
I'm not gonna lie. I only knew.
Jefferson?
Is it?
Yes,
It
you
is
are correct, sir.
Jefferson.
Well done, well played. See,
And
I
that's
knew
what they get
Abraham
for
Lincoln.
going to high school together.
Exactly.
It's the only school we went to, so
Oh.
straight out of Spring Hill, Tennessee, ladies and gentlemen. So cool to have the Band Light here in studio. And again, check them out next Friday, the 13th, out at Musicians Corner. 6:25 is when they'll be taking the stage. Guys, so great to meet you. Thank you again for being here.
Also, thank you for the donuts. They brought in donuts.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Of course.
I ate a whole one.
It is only the only piece of our gratitude.
It's our pleasure.
Well, no, we appreciate you being here. A lot of fun. Please give our best to Jack. back. Hope he's feeling well.
Yeah, we'll see him on Friday.
And safe travels to South Dakota before returning back to Nashville again, playing next Friday out at Musicians Corner. The band Light live here on Lightning 100 as we wrap up another edition of Lightning in the Morning. Stephanie is on the way to take great care of you beginning at the top of the hour. And don't forget, she's got a brand new Big Thief song she's going to be debuting right here on Lightning 100. We'll take one more time out, come back with some music from Lucius here on Nashville's Independent Radio.
Lightning 100.